What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Wagers, where we give you our 12 pack of plays and maybe a little bit more today. We're going to give you our 12 pack of plays as we get you through the entire weekend. And once again, there are no Sunday plays, so I completely apologize. It's just impossible to do Sunday plays right now. But we had a pretty good week last week, and let's go ahead and look at kind of what that looked like. And you're seeing, all right, let's go ahead and start on the far right. Robby had the worst day. Not a big deal, but he did go 1 and 3. I went 2 and 2, but look at our guy to the far left going 4 and 0. I have gone 4 and 0 a few times now, and finally he goes 4 and 0 to join me in that club. But we're going to go ahead and keep venturing over. But we do have these friendly faces. And so, Rob, I'm going to start with you, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, DG. How are y'all?
I can't complain. It's a beautiful Friday. We got Joe and Marcus already in here. And Joe, we have you a mug made. You're going to be in the saloon today. Just wait for that. And Mark, man, I've seen a lot of you this week so far, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, DG, yes, we have spent a lot of time together doing morning shows and podcasts and you name it. We've kind of done it. Looking so forward to this weekend. And there's so much going on. The culmination of which is Selection Sunday. I mean, what can you not like about what's happening this weekend?
Yeah, it's conference championship weekend already. Like, we're already here. And it's weird to me. I'm going to get into my Saturday plays, but it's weird to me that like teams are skipping a day on Friday and then they're not even playing today. Like, they've already got the semifinals out of the way and they're playing their championship games on Saturday. So I'm not against that. It's actually kind of smart. You give a day off for the championship game to be good. But I was just kind of freaked out when I saw it because I was looking for a Saturday play. I did find one. And so I had to make sure I brought it in. But in about, let's say 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to do something we call the Sleeper Saloon. What it is it's plus 1,000 or more parlays. And we do have somebody here that already got in, our first member from the show. Robby, how good of a feeling is it to be in the saloon?
It feels amazing. Let me tell you, it says 1 and 3, but I really went 4 and 4 because 3 of those picks you could have played by themselves last week in that parlay that I hit. So it feels great. Me and Joe had a great time. We're still having a great time. I wish you guys could come in and join us one day.
One day. I'll be in the saloon one day. I don't know if it's going to be today. Listen, pull the curtain back. I struggled this week finding a really good parlay that I loved. I like it. I don't love it. So just know that plus 1,000, please sprinkle just a little bit, but we'll get into about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll get to the Sleeper Saloon. You can play along with us. Throw in a parlay for plus 1,000 or more if you would like. But yes, Joe and Robby are hammering that whiskey in there. Mark, what you got?
I was just going to say, and maybe it's the whiskey talking for Robby, but you got to love the Robby math. Like, I went 4 and 4.
I was so
confused.
because
three of those you could play. So I added those 3 in with the one win that I did have, 4 and 4. That's how I like to look at it.
I was so confused with what you were saying. I was like, my God, I don't know if he's talking Steiner math over here.
It is some Steiner math, man. I had some RTI math at Austin P. So yeah, it's definitely some Steiner math.
No doubt. But real quick, guys, am I lagging? I feel like I'm lagging all of a sudden. No,
only in your
Maybe it's my brain.
Just in your brain, man.
All right, I feel like I'm completely lagging over here, but maybe not. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. And, we're always going to start off with our hottest guy. And last week, he had the best weekend. And so, Mark, let's start with you on your Friday plays.
You got it. DG, we're going to start with the Carolina Hurricanes. I am in North Carolina now. How could I not back the local Canes, especially when they're playing Detroit? Carolina, it's interesting. They are really making a statement. It's one of the teams that kind of got beat up after they made all the trades, as far as, people kind of writing them off for the season. But they have been on a tear as of late. They've won 6 of the last 7 games, including 5 straight home games. Detroit's coming into this losers of 6 straight games. I love this spot for the Hurricanes to get this done in regulation. It's a beautiful, beautiful catch-up spot. And then I am going to the UNC Duke game. Cooper Flagg gets hurt yesterday. There was a audible gasp heard around the state of North Carolina as he went down and wasn't getting back up, especially when you saw him being helped off the court. And worse yet, in the wheelchair. That was the big one. That did nothing but make room for a guy like Sion James, who really has that, next up mentality. In games where he has seen more than 27 minutes, he has cleared this line in 8 of those 11 games. He's done it in 4 straight games. I love this spot for him to hit just 1 3. That's all we need at -117.
I do like that. He should hit a 3. I don't think it was it's going to be too crazy for that. I would just make sure his mama calls him Sion. I would call him Sion if I were you, but his name is Sion if you'd like to. Just think of Zion and then LeBron James, and it's Zion James. That's kind of how they got it. And so, yes, Zion James.
What's that car? The Scion? Whatever.
Scion car.
Right.
Scion. Yeah.
Scion car. All right, we're going to keep moving, but I do like those plays, Mark. I'm not going to completely be mad at them. There's no way you missed both of those. You're going to get at least one of those. I do like them, and it's probably the Sion one. All right, I'm going to go to my Friday plays, and I have a 4-pack on a Friday. I stole a little bit of a 5-play weekend. Yeah, I have one extra one on Saturday just because I could not pick the last 2. So let's start at the bottom. We have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen to get double-doubles. I could not figure out which one I liked more, and I kept thinking they're probably both going to go off for a double-double. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to take my chances. The odds of going 0-4 are 0 when you have 5 plays. And so the only thing I can do is either hit one or I can go 0-5. And so at this point, I'm going to either try my best to not go 0-5 and put the odds in my favor. So I like both of these guys going against the Grizzlies team, who give up a lot of rebounds. Jaren Jackson Jr., from what I hear on a local level, should play tonight, actually. He is questionable, but around the noise around the team, they're saying he's going to play unless something happens in pregame. But then let's go to 2 of my favorite plays. We're going to go with UC San Diego at -10.5. It's at -110. UC San Diego is playing a team that is UC Santa Barbara, who sucks. They've already beat them by 14 at their place. They're going to roll them again. And let's go to our last one, UNC Duke, under the 152.5 at -110. You talked about Cooper Flagg being out already. That's mainly the guy that whenever everything stalls, they go to Cooper Flagg. And he's going to get his points, and he's going to be a big usage guy in this team. I just think that UNC tries to muddy up the game. And I think they're going to go on stretches where they can't score, and that's the Duke side. And I think because of that, this game's going to be played in the 60s. It'll end in the 70s, but at that point, we're only going to be at 142, 145. I think that we go under by at least 5 points. And so big fan of that. Yes, sir.
I was just going to say, the model has this at 149, so it loves that play. just saying.
There's 0 chance to go 0-5 if that one hits. That's math. I'm not exactly sure, but that is the math.
Only if you play them as singles, according to Rob.
But if you play them as doubles, just like the Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, there's a 22 3/3 chance to go 0-2.
Just stop it. I'm already confused. Just stop it.
That's the math. All right. Speaking of Steiner math, let's go ahead and go with yours here, Robbie. What you got?
Yeah, going to Big Papa Pump, Leon Draisaitl for 1+ goal at +120. Man, he leads the league right now with 46 goals. Edmonton, even though they're 3-8 in their last 11, he has 7 goals in his last 10 games, and he also has 4 straight games with a goal against the Islanders. Look, Edmonton's got to get right. The Islanders do have a good goalie, but Edmonton's got to get going. They're still got the same pieces they had last year on their Western Conference run. Leon's going to light it up. I don't mind his 1.5 points either. I think you can still get that at plus 115. But Leon's going to get a goal. I don't hate his first goal. It's usually around plus 1,000. I didn't check today because most of the time he scores first. I got excited, but I was at dinner last night, said he scored, but I didn't realize New Jersey had already scored before him. So he scored the second goal last night. So look at that if you just want to sprinkle on something tonight. Second play we're going to is Valery Nichushkin. He's been on my list like 3 times on this show. I still can't say his name. He's been up and down recently with his point props. He has a total of 6 points in his last 6 games. 4 of those points came in one night against Toronto. So he hasn't been on his game as much. But against Calgary, I can't say that word either. He has, in the last 4 games against them, he has 13 points overall with 4 goals and 9 assists. So look for him to go ahead and take care of Calgary tonight. They do have a big game against Dallas tomorrow, so I would watch out. I don't know how – I didn't get on any Nathan McKinnon props or any of their other guys because there may be a look-ahead spot to Dallas tomorrow. And then lastly tonight, my lowly Predators play the lowly Anaheim Ducks, and I'm going to go with Mason McTavish, 1+ point at minus 115. Mason has 11 points in his last 10 games with 5 goals and 6 assists, and he's currently on a 5-game point streak versus Nashville. Don't hate the anytime go. It's in the plus 200, so I'll probably have a sprinkle on that as well.
So Mason McTavish,
Yep.
I do believe I've heard that name. You used him, Mark, on one of the Justice Stats
Plays of the day.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought so.
Mhm.
I knew I'd seen McTavish when I saw the plays getting made by you today, and I was like, all right, I think I know that name. But I do have a question about Leon Draisaitl.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that I guess this is understood maybe in the hockey world. I only professional cap, whatever. But I will say that he is going to win one of the top awards this year. Is that true, Robby?
He's in the running for a few awards this year. He has the most goals out of anyone in the NHL. He's still in points. He's behind Nathan McKinnon. So him and Nathan McKinnon are kind of the top 2 guys right now when it comes to points. But he does have the most goals with 46. And he's currently on a 17-game point streak as well. And I think he has 24 in his last 25 as well.
Nice. What is the highest award or one of the highest awards, like the MVP or whatever?
It just depends. Like, it depends on how you look at them. There's the Calder, there's the Norris. I like the Norris because if I ever had played hockey, it would be playing defense. So I always think more of whoever wins the Norris trophy.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
There's more than one MVP trophy name?
No, there's a lot of them, but it's how I look at the MVP. There's
a lot of them.
Norris.
What are we
There's
doing?
a lot of awards. You're a hockey capper. You don't know the awards?
Yeah, they don't tell me the awards in professional hockey capping school, but like, why are there so many MVP names? Like, everybody gets an MVP these days?
I guess if you're good enough to play, your name gets on there. I'm sure Draisaitl will have a Draisaitl award in about 30 years.
Oh my God, what are we doing? Like, I'm so confused. All right, I'm gonna Google that later after we're done. So Joe says the President's Cup. I don't even know if that's right.
That's the team award.
That's
the President's
team
Trophy
award.
is the
That has
team
nothing
award.
to do with the MVP.
Yeah,
That's
Joe,
the team
that's
award.
stupid. Joe, what an idiot. All right. We're not going to keep going down that path. Enough hockey talk. We're going to kind of move on a little bit. So
Joe and I will talk about this later in the saloon, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Y'all go chat it up. I'll be in there later. Yeah. Don't worry. All right. So we have Friday out of the way. We still have some Saturday plays. Like I said, I have one, so I'm going to have an extra one. I do believe. Does anybody else have 5 plays this week? No?
Yeah.
All right. You do?
I kind of have 5 plays, kind of.
What?
This is Robby, man.
Who is this guy? All right, we're gonna move on past Friday, and I apologize to everybody. We're gonna forgive Robby. We don't know what's happening this week, but I'm actually enjoying it. So we're gonna go back to Mark where we started off because we do have some Saturday plays. So Mark, what do you have for Saturday?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm taking the New York Rangers and the Columbus Blue Jackets. The first period over 1.5 goals. It's at minus 130 right now. Jump on this because it is only getting worse. That line is going to move. I promise you. The Blue Jackets have had the first period over 1.5 hit in 71% of their home games this season. The New York Rangers have had it hit in 64% of their road games this season. It's going to move. Get it now while you can. I love this spot. The second one I have is, looking at the hockey schedule, we're going to take the Washington and the LA Kings, the Capitals and the Kings on the money line parlay, put it both together at plus 104. Both of these teams should win outright. I just love this spot, in a way that we can incorporate both teams winning for a little plus money.
I do like a little plus money. It seemed like on that play, you were surprised yourself at the name of those teams. And so I'm excited. I'm glad that you were able to get it together and find out that it was the Capitals and the Knights.
You have to understand, I'm in half baseball mode.
Wait. Did you say the Knights? Did you say the Knights, DG?
I did. Is it not the LA Knights? No, it's not. That's LA Knight. God.
LA Kings.
It's the Kings. I'm sorry. I saw LAK. I saw LAK. Yeah. My bad. That is Kings. Knights. It's same thing. All right. This is not an LA Knight play. But we're gonna go to a little NCAA basketball money line parlay. It's minus 130, and we're going with two juggernauts. We're going with Bryant. That's not a player. Team Bryant and Yale. Very well established school. You might have heard of Yale. They're decent at basketball, but I looked at these lines and they're 6.5, 8.5, big numbers. These two teams are the better team overall. No doubt about it. They're both good and should make the tournament by winning their conference championship. The problem is I can't trust them. Like they're nerds, okay? Especially Yale. Yale's a bunch of nerds, and they're smart guys. And they're not as good at basketball as other schools that are not as nerdy. But I do believe that Bryant and Yale should both win. We're going to go money line. We're going to take the 6.5, 8.5 points out of it. No spreads. We're going to go with just money line. Mark, why did I upset you? You're not that smart to go to Yale.
First of all, to all of my fellow nerds, happy Pi Day, 314. So, am I smart enough to go to Yale? No, I am not. But really, a minus 130 parlay? Come on, man.
I feel the same way. I didn't want to do it either, but what am I supposed to do, Mark? There is nothing to bet on. I'm not going to bet on hockey right now. I can do all that another time, but y'all had it covered. So I went ahead and passed. I didn't want to go to the Capitals and the Knights and play them. So, I know I like your Kings. They were fine, but I'd rather have played the Knights.
Sounds like we're betting medieval times.
It does.
Anyway, so yeah, I apologize. Minus 130. I feel confident in the minus 130, and so that's why it's a play. So if I hit that, there's no chance, like I said, to go 0-5, and that's why I'm going to keep playing these good lines. All right, so we have one more guy to go. We're gonna let you go, Robby, and then we'll get to our sleeper saloon. So what you got for Saturday?
Yeah, these lines are not out yet. This is based on the last 5 games. The plus 120 may actually be around more like plus 110 for Alex Ovechkin to get a goal. He's playing the San Jose Sharks, who, while they're scrappy, they suck defensively at hockey. So if Ovechkin can't get at least one goal tomorrow, he may not even break the record. That's how bad the Sharks are. And I need him to quit being selfless and passing when there's an empty net. He needs to bury the empty net so I can cash the other play that I have listed, the last goal scorer. Because if you think the Capitals are going to win, take the last goal scorer, because they're going to try to feed Ovi so that he can get as many goals as possible. So that's usually around plus 750 to plus 950. I think it'll be more on the lower end because San Jose sucks so bad at hockey. That's my place. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I had to.
Yeah. I see the play. So everybody understands and reads them, because I didn't, and I forgot that they were both the same. It's Ovechkin for 1+ goal, right? It's just 1 goal. But then also he added in the last goal, which is the plus 750. And so both of those. Yes, sir, Mark.
No, I was just going to say, Rob, I'm curious, because I know you and I have talked about this before, about where you think Ovechkin is going to break that record. I think so many of these I think anybody wants to break that record on their home ice. have you looked ahead at their schedule and kind of said, okay, these could be possible games, and then seen what the odds are as far as where that lies?
I did. I thought he was going to get like 3 this week because of the matchups. Last night, I bet it because I bet it every night. But the Kings are dangerous at home, especially. So I didn't put as much on him to get it. But I'm going to bet this every time he plays until he breaks the record. I do have a plus 6,000 ticket for him to break it versus Detroit. It's not looking as good now because of what happened last night and the night before. But San Jose tomorrow, he could easily get a hat trick. Like, I'm not joking. San Jose is not good at hockey. So if he ends up getting like a hat trick tomorrow, that play still looks good. But I do have a plus 6,000 for him to get it against Detroit.
I like it. Listen, plus 6,000. It'll always get me moving somehow, some way. But you know what else? Joe is right. Minus 130 is fine as long as it wins.
Fair.
Damn right. Damn right. All right. So if you're here, thank you all for hanging out with us. A big number this today on the show, just overall people coming in and hanging out with us right here at Sleepers Media. For some reason you're catching this and you missed the plays, you can go back after this because this is where the fun starts. This is how we're able to get into the saloon. And if you don't know what that means, it's a plus 1,000 parlay or better. It gets you into the saloon. And once you're into the saloon, I promise you a lot of fun that can happen. All right, we have 2 in the saloon already, the Sleeper Saloon. And our guy, Robby Hockey, got in last week. But Joe Neuenfeld, I believe it was one of the first shows, if not the first show, where we had USA versus Canada when they were playing in the whatever it was, the Frozen Four or the District of Columbia, nations across the sea, 4 of them. I don't know. But they were playing, and it was great. And he got in, and I know it's the 4 nations, guys. But they got in, and it was and Joe is a sole member. There he is, first one, and it is beautiful. So I hope you enjoy your mug there. But let's go ahead and get into ours. You won last week, so Robby, it's all good. We'll let you start it off.
If you look at my mug, I have to have 2 spots because I'm going to get in again this weekend. So I plan on putting my name on top of each breast there. Anyway, Sleeper Saloon Parlay this week is a plus 1106. Going Dylan Larkin, 1+ point. After their Detroit actually won against Buffalo the other night, putting up 7 goals. I think he can at least get us a point tonight. Barrett Hayton, 1+ point for the Utah Hockey Club. He's on the same line with Dylan Gunther, top power play line. He's been feeding Gunther, so I just need him to give me a point. Mason McTavish already went over his prop. And Leon Draisaitl, already talked about him as well, to get 1.5 points. Put all that together, and you got a plus 1,106.
Do like 1106, but you know what's better than 1106? 1109. And so we have a 25-point parlay here in the NBA at plus 1109. We're going to go with John Morant, who's been scoring very well, especially lately. You should get Jaren Jackson Jr. back. But that honestly, that should open up a lot of the scoring lanes just in general for Ja. So he's been on a mission after getting a shot in the arm, a literal shot in the arm. I think it's actually helped him kind of get his shoulder back right. But then Paolo Banchero been playing well as of late. Miles Bridges, his team sucks. But you know what he does? I'm going to get the shots up. So Miles Bridges has been getting a lot of shots up. And then KD, Kevin Durant, has been playing incredible basketball. And so we're going to pair up all 4 of those guys. We're going to get you at a plus 109 for 25+ points. All right, Mark, what you got?
I got my ticket into the saloon is what I've got. You're going to put all 4 of these together to get plus 1,065. We're going to take the Heat team total over 104.5. We're going to use Mark Del Gazio, the Winnipeg Jets and Dallas Stars, to get 2+ blocks. And we're going to take the Missouri team total over 74.5 as they take on the Florida Gators. And BYU Houston, we're actually going to take them over the 130.5. The model loves the under where the line is now, but I do believe this gets over 130.
I like it. I don't know. They've been unders lately for Houston for sure, but They let whoever they had yesterday, Colorado, score a lot more than way over their team total. And so I think it was like 15 or so points over the team total. It was crazy.
Yeah, but Houston's one of those teams that is they're a chameleon. They'll slow it down and play their style of basketball. But if you want to speed it up, they will absolutely run and gun with you until they can choke you out.
I like it. All right. Well, a little bit of update on NCAA basketball before we kind of start wrapping up the show a little bit. Memphis and Wichita State are coming down. It's 54 seconds to go. It looks like the referees are looking at a review in the monitor for a flagrant foul potential, but it is Wichita State's ball, and so they're going to be coming down the stretch. 5-point game with under a minute. You can't ask for more March Madness because Wichita State has to keep winning. They have to beat Memphis to be able to get into the tournament, so their life is on the line. Wisconsin, UCLA. Wisconsin is just drumming by 16 as of right now over UCLA. Wisconsin's up, and then Auburn's already beat Ole Miss, and Michigan State took out Oregon. And so those are Michigan State's been playing really good basketball as of late. Anybody that you're looking for, any games that you're looking forward to, guys, kind of heading, I guess, into the tournament, whether it's today or tomorrow, any team, any games you're looking for in particular? Mark, go ahead, Mark.
Oh, I was going to say, I think this Duke UNC game is going to be real interesting. What does Duke do without Cooper Flag? And I think that, especially because UNC needs to win the ACC tournament to get into the tournament. Right. Everybody has them as, one of those last 4 teams on the way out. I just think that this is going to be a very interesting game, the way it matches up. I love your under here because I think UNC has to slow this game down and really become methodical about the process in order to win the game.
And I even thought about going with that Duke team total, but just in case Carolina just screws up everything and just plays terrible and plays flat, they could Conk and Nipple could get off and stuff. But I wanted to go ahead and save myself and go with the biggest number possible and go under. But Robbie, anything that you're looking for, any games in particular?
Yeah, Florida, Missouri tonight. They tip off at 6. Watching that one, they beat us by 1 the last time we played them not too long ago. I think Florida's going to come out hot. I almost had a play on that game, but it's just since it was only a 1-point game the last time, I almost went with the spread for Florida. But I backed off of it, just going to watch it, enjoy watching my team. I do think it's funny how you and I are both Florida fans, but you lean Duke is where I lean UNC because growing up, I like UNC other than just Florida. That was my alternate team. So right. We almost had a showdown last week, but I don't trust North Carolina that much to put anything on the line. So I will watch that one because I love a good Duke North Carolina game, especially with Cooper being out. It should be a better game.
Yeah, Mark, what are you laughing at over there?
No, I was just going to say, one of the things I really enjoy. We did this earlier today. Is there a special moment in this March Madness that that has resonated with you, that you remember the whole thing? And I would ask you, Rob, what do you have a moment for March Madness that just stands out?
Well, the 2 back-to-back national titles were both great moments, but the most recent one is Chris Chiozza against Wisconsin, hitting a half-court shot to put out Wisconsin. I think it was a few years ago. It was when Mike White was there, but Chris Chiozza putting out Wisconsin with a half-court buzzer beater. That's probably my most recent best moment in March Madness.
Mark, what's yours? I have a funny story I shared on the podcast today, but I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I was going to say mine is is when SU won, as an SU alum, when SU won the national championship. But and I do mean a very close second, because Hakeem Warwick's block to win that game and solidify the championship was huge. A very close second. As much as I hate to admit it, because I am not a Duke fan, Christian Laettner hitting that buzzer beater at the end, that turnaround 3/4 court pass, hits that is another one. I still remember where I was standing when I watched that game.
Some will call that one shining moment. Whatever.
Whatever.
I share this on the Coaching Company podcast today that I was on with John Supowitz, Soupy. And it's a great story just because it hits home for me. But Back in 08, it was the University of Memphis, the Tigers. They were going on that deep run, and they went to the championship game. And I'm not a University of Memphis fan. Friends, family, everybody else is. I've never liked them in any sport. I try to cheer for them as my second team, maybe my third team sometimes, just to cheer. But Duke was out. I had no reason to not cheer for them. They're in a championship game, right? So we were all at everybody's, my friend's house, and I was younger with my parents. And so we were just kind of hanging out, and all of a sudden the game gets close to the very end. We're about 2 minutes to go, and Memphis felt like they were in control of that game. A friend of mine starts walking around with a little pad of paper similar to this, and it's taking down names and taking down shirt sizes, because as soon as the game's over, they're going to go and get the championship shirts down at the local Tiger bookstore, because that's what we want to celebrate, because we knew they were there, but we weren't going to buy one until we knew we were the winner. But they were already made. Well, all that goes around, and then what happened with Darius Washington and missing the free throws, and then Mario Chalmers hitting that three to ice the game and just hit it was huge. But to see their faces and to see that thing just thrown and ripped up was so funny to me, because it was silent. And I didn't know what to do because I didn't care.
Some little kid in a third world country is wearing those shirts, along with the Kansas City Super Bowl shirts from this year.
100%. They still think that the University of Memphis won in 08. They still think it. It's still real to me, damn it. All right, let's go ahead and get let's get out of here. This game is still finishing up. I'm watching over here, 3-point game now, 76-79. The University of Memphis is winning, so I am paying attention to it just because I enjoy watching it if I possibly can. But
because we had the over on that.
Yeah, let's go to our weekend vibes here. And Robbie, I'm gonna let you start. These could be good. We don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah, big night tonight. Well, we didn't talk about is Winnipeg can win in hockey tonight and take sole first place for that President's Trophy. They will surpass Washington. So I'm going to be watching that game. I'll be watching the Florida game, hoping that they can pull it out. I'm supposed to coach tomorrow, but we've got inclement weather coming in around midnight tonight. So I'd imagine I will not be coaching tomorrow. I need Kentucky or Tennessee to lose so that somebody wants to give tickets away for virtually nothing, so I can go watch the SEC tournament tomorrow night and see Florida play again. So hopefully I can do that. But yeah, other than that, huge shout out. I had one of my best friends died on this day back in high school, 18 years ago now. So shout out to his mom. I always reach out to her on this day and just tell her thinking about her. So rest in peace, Matt. And that's all I got for today on my weekend vibes.
It definitely does mean a lot. And I know that anytime something small, a little text can go a long way. So shout out to you for still doing that all these years. But Mark, what you got for your little weekend vibes?
How do you follow that up? I mean,
we'll just end the show. All right, we'll see y'all later.
Giving out positive vibes for weekend vibes. I mean, what? What do we do? This is mind blowing to me. I think that as far as the weekend vibes, I want to give all the positive vibes I possibly can to all of those small schools who are fighting and just clawing away to get their shot to do the dance. There is something spectacular about this time of year. And I think, everybody gets wrapped up in what the bracket's supposed to look like and, who's making it and who's doing what.
Yeah.
That process for those smaller schools, I am so excited about watching this weekend, especially the championship portions of these conferences, is to see those smaller schools really just give their all and get in. Whether they're a 15 seed, 16 seed, who the hell cares? They're in the dance. Let's do this thing and let's roll with it. God bless you. I wish you all the best of luck.
Yeah, this is March Madness for a reason. This is, and I continue to say it on every show I've been on, this is my favorite time of the year because it's the start of, really basketball season just kind of taking off because this is really, it's just like the icing on the cake right now. You're getting the appetizer of these conference games, and then it goes to March Madness, which the next, 4 weekends, like it's just incredible. Just a fun time in college sports just in general. And then after that, NBA should be picking up. And so this is where sports really turns a corner after the lull, after football's over. This is kind of that was the valley. We're starting to kind of go back up the mountain again. And then after that, then we have baseball, and then we're in the summer, whatever. But I'm excited about watching all these conference games and the championship games. And then hopefully the next week, it is just as enjoyable. And it's starting, I believe it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday and Wednesday is when the field of 68, the play-in Dayton?
That sounds right. Because I feel like it's Thursday, Friday day games, I believe. Okay. Right?
Yeah. And so, Thursday, Friday is the tournament, but I believe it's Tuesday and Wednesday where it starts on the where they go up to Dayton, and they really just start. The tournament starts there. Those have been some of the better games. Is that Tuesday, Wednesday? The great thing, honestly, I am going on vacation as soon as I get done and I push the button on my computer to say, "Hey, out of the office, contact my assistant for the next week." That is me. So I don't care about your view, Mark. Nobody cares about that you're living there right now. I'm going to go for
vacation.
A week. Yeah, that's not a vacation.
That's my weekend vibe right there. I'm as soon as I click out of here, I am on beach time.
God, I hate you. All right, well, that's on my weekend
work
vibes.
After I click out of here. Yeah, so there's my negative vibe for the weekend.
You guys, we know you got to get it in. Last thing, Mark, real quick, where can people kind of find some more stuff with Just Stat Sports?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get all of our picks at juststatsports.com. Not just the picks, but you're getting data sheets. You're getting player prop data of AI model projections that have been on fire lately. We have a guy, Preston Boston. Shout out to you, my guy, Boston. Well, my pronunciation sucks at this point. I'm on the beach. He's been killing it as far as college basketball picks have been going lately. Get over there, use code BTT30. It's going to give you your first 30 days for free. That's all capital letters, BTT. Get over there. You get your first 30 days for free. You'll be good to go.
Yep. So make sure you go there, juststatsports.com, and just check out our show. If you're catching this on repeat and you're still here, one, thank you. But two, we're here every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We like to go live and kind of interact with the chat as much as possible. But boys, that's all we got. There's a lot of games that are ending. I believe it's the Texas and Tennessee game is about to start here shortly. And so there's a lot of basketball happening. We're not going to hang out with you any longer. I hope you enjoy your entire weekend. I will not be here next weekend. Mark's going to actually be running the show, just in the driver's seat. So I'm excited to watch.
A special guest, I might add. I think we got a fill-in for you, DG.
My God. Good luck is all I have to say. You might know him, but good luck.
Yeah, his picks will probably be a little bit better, but let's go.
Yeah, well, he'll definitely go 0-7 if he has how many picks he has. They'll go 0.
He's doing the one chip challenge if he goes 0-4. That is for sure.
I hope so. All right, we'll see you all next week for sure. Hopefully, here at Weekend Wagers, we can help you laugh a little bit, but also help you cash. We'll see you all next Friday right here.